There I am. I am live. No. Let's see. Just getting set up here, you guys. Submit. Oh my gosh, I think we're good to go. It's getting easier. Whoops, wait, I spoke too soon. Oh, here we go. Here we go. I'm getting there, you guys. Why would this show? Let's go like this. Nope. Let's go like this. Ah, there we go. Yeah, I know. I'm getting my microphone. Just give me a sec. I'm getting there, you guys. Let's see. Get my microphone on. Yeah, I know. I'm getting my microphone. Hi there. Just give me a sec. Oh, wait. I got to mute. There. That's better. That's better. How are you, my friends? It's been a crazy couple of weeks. I'm tired right now. Did you guys just feel a shift there like a minute or so ago? If you did, the moon just went void of course. Hi, Becky. Hi, Sharon. Hi. Wait, Sharon, are you from, I can't remember, Australia or Canada? Larry girl. Bev, good as gold. Hi, Lucy. M-A-J-E, I'm not sure how I'm supposed to say your name. Hi, T-Barb. Hi, Jane. Jaybird. Millie, Marilyn. Wow, look at all you guys here. You guys are ready to go. Jessica, B. How are you guys doing? Hi, Rosie. Larry, yes, tired, very tired. So the moon just came. The moon right now is about 27 degrees Libra. I'll show you on this chart. Right at the end here. It's making its very last aspect to Jupiter, I think. And so that's why it feels a little sleepy, a little tired. And then it just went void of course because there's no more major planets from 27 degrees till it ends at about, there's only 3 degrees left. So when there's no more aspects, the moon isn't tethered to anything. It's just kind of sleepwalking. There's just nothing to do. You can't get to start something new. That's called void of course. It's void of its course. So this is the time usually where you're supposed to nap. If you're feeling tired, well, guess what? You're supposed to right now. If this is a good time to meditate, be reflective, catch up on things. And so that's why I wanted to jump into this little window of opportunity right now, because as soon as this moon snaps into Scorpio, we've got 2 days of just, my head goes crossways thinking about what's going to be happening the next couple of days. So I just wanted to kind of take it all in this nice, easy space with all of you. So, yes, hi you guys. Yeah, Sharon, fine till 5 minutes ago, now you're tired. The moon went void of course. And that's what happens sometimes if you feel sleepy. So anyway, well, Connie, yes, you are exhausted because you worked in the garden all day, and now it's night and the moon is void of course. Oh, thank you. Yes, I'm going to hit the like button too. Okay, so hey, you guys, how's the past 2 weeks been? I didn't get to check in with the quarter moon. It's been a little kind of crazy here. But finally we have motion forward. I knew that this Taurus moon would finally push us in the right direction, which it has. But we had that new moon about 2 weeks ago, and it shook a lot of things up. Have you guys been having A lot of unexpected shakeups, unexpected news. Let's see. I thought that, oh, really? Nobody's wearing, I know, nobody's hardly wearing masks. That I swear that's how you can tell what type of news they've been watching. T-Bard, I've just been getting mad. Yeah, because things aren't cooperating right now because this Uranus that's in Taurus, Taurus is a really fixed, stable sign. It likes to be comfortable. But with this new moon, Uranus is shaking everything up. Uranus is also a warrior. It's also, well, it's a rebel. It can be very rebellious. So this is a time where we start to see where we're rebellious and where we might need to address rebellion within us or how we deal with rebellion. Good evening, Pauline. Yeah, frustrating. Oh, thank you, Sharon. Thank you very much. Jesse. Darwin has a cure for COVID. Yes, I would agree. Oh, Secret Zelda, your aunt went from the hospital to the rehab unexpectedly. Yeah, you're going to have unexpected news. Notice this is news about an aunt, about a woman. So Taurus is ruled by the sign of Venus. Venus represents women. I thought today, oh my gosh, my heart dropped for a moment, but the news about Justice Ginsburg having a procedure today had me a little nervous. But the more that I understood it, I'm like, oh, that's so Uranus and Taurus. I'm like, she is totally fine. I am so not worried about Justice Ginsburg, except for that first minute when I didn't know what was happening. If you guys don't know, I'm sure you do. Oh, we have the, oh my goodness, we have this. Let me get this off the screen. How do I get this off the screen again? Oh, goodness. Just a second. Am I going to have this funky stuff on the screen again? Oh, no. Please, please, please. How do I get this off? I think, did that work? I hope that worked. I really appreciate the alerts, but it's very distract. Can you guys, is it still there? Oh, I think it's still there. But I thought I removed it. Okay. What's going on here? I don't see a screen over there. Okay, here we go. Oh, it's gone. Yay. Okay, wow, there is like a major delay going on here. Okay, so let me talk about Justice Ginsburg really quick. She is a Scorpio. I'm so proud of her for kicking off that gallstone today. Because here's the thing. I am not a doctor. I am not a doctor. I know some of you guys are nurses, are in the health industry. You can better probably respond to anything I misstate here. But basically, she had a gallstone that dislodged, and the gallstones, when they get stuck, they can cause infection because there's tubes that go from the liver to the gallstone and to the small intestine for digestion. And so this stone was suddenly shaken free. That would be Uranus. And it got stuck in a duct for the small intestine. Well, first of all, we know that Saturn has been in Capricorn all this time. Capricorn crystallizes things in the body. They will crystallize things to, like a gallstone is like a perfect example. Well, recently, Saturn now moved into Aquarius, which is an air sign, and Aquarius rules circulation. So This crystallized stone now has the properties of circulation carrying it and a sudden jolt or kick, because there's Mars, which is the planet of energy, the planet of inflammation. After this new moon, these planets were in square to the sun, and in square to Uranus, and in square to Mercury. And so it was just like the body just kicked it off out of place because we don't need you anymore. But you know what? It is so powerful for me because it just tells me the strength of Justice Ginsburg, that like on cue can kick that thing off and not skip a beat. She's not going to miss anything. She just had an outpatient procedure, no surgery. She's expected to hear arguments again. Doesn't skip a beat. And it reminded me how sometimes when things suddenly happen to us, where we might think of we're ill, we're sick, we have to go have a procedure, that sometimes those things could be regarded as a healing reaction, like the body is trying to get itself whole. So it's kicking off what it no longer needs. And so this went about as smoothly as I thought it could. And again, here we have Venus, women taking center stage with things suddenly happening in sudden news. So that was Justice Ginsburg. How are you doing? Oh my goodness, thanks, you guys. Thank you. Thank you so much. I need a drink. I'm a little parched and tired today too. So, what is this? That was a quarter moon. We're done here. This is our full moon. Dun, dun, dun. Boy, this one has a lot of kick to it. The nice thing though, you notice there's some blue lines. There's some harmony here. Ways to work the red lines. There's just like all red here. The past week has kind of been in the red. It's been a little tough. And I will tell you that I have not had time to do my homework to get ready for this full moon. So we're just going to go with the flow. Okay? Do you guys have any questions so far? Yes, thank you so much, T-Barb. Oh, be happy. I just talked about RBG. Did you hear that? Talk a little bit. She's fine. Yes, blue lines mean harmony. They're harmonious. They work well together. So if you have a blue line attached to a red line, which are squares or oppositions, the blue line is going to make things easier to get movement with the red lines, because the red lines just fight. The blue lines are more harmonious, and they're like, come this way. Why don't we try this? You got to think of the planets like a big family. You have people who are opposite to each other. Well, they're fighting. If you're sitting at a table, you have to take sides. You had someone here squaring you. They have to kind of moderate this discussion. But when you have these blue lines, it's like these are the team players who are trying to get things done. Let's see. Oh, Regina, I think they're just being turds about not wearing masks. They're just trying to have a different narrative, different propaganda, so that people think it's safe. What I don't like about this with, going to the meat packing plants and then going to Honeywell to visit these people who are working, these people who, I know meat packing plants tend to be lower wage, tend to be more immigrant workers, minority workers. I just am horrified by what they're doing. So be happy. You just got here. Okay, so be happy. I'm just going to tell you, she is so fine. Justice Ginsburg is so fine. I was actually kind of amazed that she kicked off this gallstone, and it's all related to the planets. Her body did what it needed to do at the right time. She didn't skip a beat. She is so fine. And the fact that she is that powerful, her body is that attuned, in my eyes, to the cosmos, and she can just keep going and not miss a beat with her work. And she was alive during our last Uranus in Taurus transit in the 30s, 40s. So it just didn't even faze her. I just thought it was amazing. So when we're done, you can listen. You can come back and listen to the beginning of that. She's fine. Yeah, she's no worries with her. She has got superpowers. Yeah, good as gold. I'm so tired of being outraged every single day. Yeah, I feel like they're stepping on the accelerator because their backs are up against a wall. This stuff with Kim Jong-un, dead or alive, I think he's more on the dead side than not. He has come to me a couple times, and I've had to shoo him away. I don't have anything to do with him. Except this afternoon, he was racing circles again, like he was, like, in a baby's crib with the mobile that's above them that goes around in circles with the little animals. It was like he was one of those going like 100 miles an hour on his white horse. And I'm like, go away. I am not entertained. So I know they're still reporting that he's alive, but honestly, I think they're just trying to deflect, and make the conversation go somewhere else because we're having deadly numbers of increasing numbers of deaths with COVID. And hello, whistleblower, Dr. Bright. Oh my gosh, that is huge news. And there's a lot of fallout, I think, in my mind behind the scenes with Kim Jong-un and his crazy sister, KY Jelly. Yep, that's her name, because I cannot remember her name to save my life. So I had readings on her that I posted earlier today. She is nuts. She is like, has that psychopathic part of Putin, but Putin is more disciplined because he's like running a country, and she's just playing hide and go seek behind the scenes. Oh my God, she can't be in power is what I'm saying. I just don't like her. She is cuckoo. Oh, thank you, Rose. So yeah, KY Jelly. I was trying to think of a different, more appropriate name, but that just spilled out. So that's who she is. Yes, Dr. Bright is awesome. I love it. So, I don't know about that inbreeding. Okay, so back to task. See, the other thing that a void of course moon does, and I was telling everybody when we came on at about 10:31 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the moon went void of course, meaning in its final degrees. Where is it, Libra? It was right here. In its final degrees, it had no other planet to keep making aspects to. So when the moon cannot make aspects before it finishes its transit in a sign, there's nothing tethering it to it. So it's just kind of floaty. It's void of course, of its course. So aside from feeling tired, some of you reported feeling tired, you might be a little spacey. You can't put your ideas together, which is how I feel right now, and I feel tired. This is a good time for meditation and reflection. This is a good time to kind of gather your thoughts, and that's why I wanted to meet tonight before we click into this Scorpio energy, because you'll feel it. This is going to be a very uncomfortable 2 days, okay? So most of all, okay, remember that nice, sweet, peaceful new moon energy that we felt almost 2 weeks ago. We went outside and we felt how sweet that energy was and pure. And then we wrote out our wishes. The universe grabbed those wishes, okay, those intentions. And the moon's been carrying them with her. And so those ideas have gotten fuller over the past week and a half, 2 weeks. You might have seen some movement with it. If things were going bad and shaking apart, well, you didn't need that part. That was no longer serving you. It needed to kick off anyway. And it's asking you to be revolutionary or innovative with new ideas. So as things happen the rest of this month, you're going to be meeting rebellion. You're going to be meeting needs for innovation. You're going to be meeting things that are falling apart. We're still in this Taurus cycle, so that means you have to take care of the Venus part of you, continue the hydration, continue the mineralizing, continue your vitamins. You know, we're going to maybe take your vitamins tonight because it's going to be a jolt to the body when this moon goes into Scorpio. And like I said, you don't want any slack when the moon goes into the new sign, because it's almost like you're trying to catch up with that force the entire time. So if you get your body organized and settled, whatever you guys do for grounding yourself, harmonizing your energies, clearing your field, getting rid of the energy that doesn't belong to you, this is a good time for that. You need to watch your circulatory system. And this is going to be true as we go into the last quarter, the next 2 weeks, okay? Especially this next week to 10 days are going to be very hard on the circulatory system, especially in the head. The venous flow in the body, you know, the blood that's coming back to the heart, those things are going to need help mineralized, because Uranus, which is in Taurus right now, has to do with electricity. So you're going to be prone to be needing the correct ionic charges in the body, which is good nutrition, vitamins, minerals. I hope that makes sense. Also, because the sun is in Taurus, which is ruled by Venus, the Venus part of the ladies, our reproductive organs, those things that make us ladylike in human form, are going to need a boost. In fact, I'm just realizing, like a big bell went off. Load up on Venus-related nutrition. That's like your B vitamins. That is the things that for your nails, your skin, your hair, the beautiful parts of you, the things that manage your hormones and regulate your hormones, and your kidneys and your lower back. Because Venus goes retrograde later this month. So you have to keep boosting those Venus parts, because when Venus goes retrograde, she's not strong anymore. She's weak. She's shutting down. She's going sleepy time, because she needs a nap too. All planets need a nap. So as we get into Venus retrograde at the end of May and into June, and even when she wakes up, she's going to be sleepy and not very active. The Venus parts of our body are going to be starved for the proper nutrition, and it's going to be hard to boost them and have them gorge on vitamins when those organs and systems are tired. You need to do it ahead of time to get ahead of the curve with this. And so Venus goes there's a lot of retrogrades happening, but I will tell you, Venus goes retrograde. Oh, do not get your hair cut. No new hair. Well, who can get their hair cut, right? But no new drastic change or anything with your hairstyle, with your clothing, your makeup. Just do the maintenance that you do, because when you go get, plastic surgery or anything related to beauty, your beautiful features that you've never done before, you're experimenting now, or maybe you have a new stylist, things are going to not go correctly. You're going to get something done and it's not going to be right. Or you think it's going to be right, and then when Venus retrograde is over, you're like, oh my God, what was I thinking? You know, that's like when you make your biggest mistakes, especially like with remodels of a home or designing something. You want to get that all done ahead of time and just maintain the status quo while Venus is retrograde, okay? I'm going to tell you that now because when Venus is no longer retrograde, well, then Mercury's going to go retrograde. So you're not going to really have time to like reflect and self-evaluate on these Venus retrograde decisions you made. And so you might think, oh, yeah, there might be a lot of rationalizing going on. And then when you come out of Venus retrograde and then Mercury retrograde, you're going to be like, oh my gosh, why didn't anybody tell me I looked like this? Yeah. You don't want to do anything dramatic, drastic during this time. I know we're finally moving, and I already told the family we're not redesigning anything this summer. When we get to Leo season, which you know is like your self-expression and your creativity, I'm like, that's when we're going to jump in and maybe think about new design and new paints and that kind of stuff. But until then, it's just the status quo. We're just getting in routine. We're just going to get organized. And just kind of gather ideas. So that was the most important thing I wanted to tell you about Venus retrograde. Okay. How are you guys doing? I'm checking in with you. Are you kind of liking the gray, though? Yeah, I'm learning to like the gray. My gray is coming in more like a Cruella de Vil. I'm not a skunk. I'm more kind of the Cruella de Vil. Oh, was married to a Leo. It's all about them. Yes, them and but they're really big hearts, though. Okay. Little Wolf, if you have experience of successfully cutting your own hair, go for it. If you've never done it before, do not experiment during the days that Venus is retrograde. I cannot remember the exact day that it retrogrades, but it's coming up here. I think Venus goes direct, I could be wrong, around June 25th. It's retrograde for 6 weeks, you guys, 6 long weeks. Oh my God. Oh my gosh. And, oh crap. And this Venus retrograde is sitting right on Donald's sun. So this Republican Party, when Venus gets retrograde, this is when they are truly their worst. Like, this is when they pass their worst legislation about reproductive rights. And this is when they salivate all over reproductive rights and anti-abortion stuff. Like, it's like they get high off of it during Venus retrograde. It's really disturbing when they like, it's like they salivate and they kind of get in a frenzy. And that's when you see their worst legislation, the worst treatment against women and children. Oh, we got to keep our eyes on this. Venus, last time Venus was retrograde in Gemini, that was in 2012. I know I've told this story before. During that time, that was a transit of Venus. Venus passed across the sun. It was really kind of cool to watch. But on that day, Mark Zuckerberg went public with Facebook around 2012. I remember looking at that chart and I'm like, I don't think this is a good idea. It's not a good investment. What's going to happen with this? And then, because Gemini represents siblings, neighborhoods, children, Venus being women, I just had kind of this haunting thought like, well, what's going to happen to women and children? Because this is an eclipse of Venus, a transit of Venus. Well, what you found out then was that Mark Zuckerberg's Facebook had a really hard time in the beginning with the IPO and the initial price offering, and then it fell, and then it went up. So there was a lot of questions with that. But then 6 months to the day, there was an eclipse opposite that Venus going retrograde, and that was the day of the Newtown shootings. So this is a really significant Venus retrograde. I have my radar up for Facebook, money, and news from the past about women, and probably social media and women. And with this Venus sitting on top of Donald's sun, we're going to find out about more women. We're going to find out about treatment towards women. We're going to find out about moneyed news. Okay. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. Yes. Yes, Deseret. Justice Ginsburg is great. She's really good. Listen to the beginning of this, and I talk about that. Facebook, since it went public, Facebook is older than 8 years old, but its IPO was in 2012. I think it was like in May. Yes, Venus is very bright. So what's happening, Venus right now is an evening star. And then what happens when she's retrograde, because she is ahead of the sun, she's way in Gemini right now. Here's the sun. So she's going to go retrograde. And she's going to pass the sun. So on the day that she passes the sun is when she becomes a morning star. Okay? So you'll notice that she's going to be setting later. Well, when she conjuncts the sun, and now as the sun rises, she will actually be, let's say she's 16 degrees, whatever. Let's say she's just 1 degree ahead of the sun. So this is the way the earth turns with the horoscope. So if she's 1 degree ahead of the sun, she leads the sun. So what happens is there's a time where we cannot see Venus at all because she is under the sun's rays. She's combust. You cannot see her. The ancients, this used to scare them because Venus, believe it or not, is also associated with times of war. This is the other thing we have to keep in mind. They associated it with times of war because, number one, Venus was under the sun's rays. You can't see her, just like how when we have a new moon and the sky is still really dark, but then all of a sudden you see the little sliver of the crescent moon as the moon starts to move away from the sun. Well, before that, the moon was so close to the sun you could not see the moon. That's like now with Venus. It's so close you cannot see Venus, and she will be rising in the morning. But there is a certain time where you can see her, and that's when Venus and the sun have separated just enough where the sun is still below the horizon and Venus is above the horizon, and you can see her rise. But what terrified the ancients was that once the sun rose and Venus was under the sun's rays, she would disappear. She'd go poof, you can't see her anymore. So consider watching the Venus rise and you will see her disappear. The ancients thought those were omens of war because when Venus is retrograde anyway, there is not a lot of love out there. The feelings we feel right now looking at Venus in the evening sky, that awe, that wonder, that beauty, the thing that takes our breath away, well, she's closed down now. She's sleeping. Those feelings of inspiration are harder to find. And it's harder to find in romantic relationships. It's going to be challenging in our relationships with our siblings, children, neighborhoods. This is when we need to pay close attention to each other because I wonder if this quarantine lockdown, I think you're going to start seeing people really freaking out here. People might be more suicidal because Venus retrograde is hard. And so when we can't feel love, we get angry and it gets really confusing. And so this is when people are like, they feel the need to defend what's theirs because Venus also represents value and money and income and gains. And if that is gone, there's a real threat out there by someone. So watch, this is the other thing, see who starts beating the drums of war come this time. I wish I had it here. Oh wait, I will check for you. So Venus goes to retrograde. Venus station. Oh goodness. Okay, so Venus stations retrograde on May 13th at 2:45 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's not that far away. Please boost your Venus-related organs and needs between now and then. Stay on top of your vitamins, you guys. And I'm sorry, now I'm burping. She's still retrograde. Still retrograde. Oh my goodness. She goes direct. What day is this? On Friday, June 26th, June 25th at 2:48 a.m. That's a long time. We will have a new moon between now and then, so we will make new moon wishes on how to compensate for that. But that Venus going retrograde is conjunct Donald's sun. It's going to sit on top of him, and then it's going to go backwards. It's going to go in reverse. And he has so much stuff that things are parked in reverse now. We're backing up. We're looking at all this stuff, starting with Pluto. One of the viewers, thankfully, reminded me about the 6 planets going retrograde, end of June. We'll get on top of that. I'm mostly worried about the first day of summer. So at our next new moon, we're going to be pre-paving for the eclipse on the first day of summer because Venus is retrograde and I think it's squaring Mars. I told you 2020 is messy, so we're just going to take it one step at a time. One step at a time. Look at how far we've gotten together since November when we did the Jupiter conjunct Venus at the galactic center. That has served us so well. We're going to get through this, you guys. A little bit at a time. Okay. How are we doing? Oh, I can't see you anymore. Okay. Oh, my goodness. Thank you. Thank you so much. It's okay, Cynthia. You can listen again. You're not late. You're here. We're glad. Venus, Mercury, Jupiter, Saturn, Neptune, and Pluto. Thank you, Lourdes. Thank you. Yes, you're the one that highlighted that today. Yes, there's a lot that's coming out, but we can handle it. I'm more worried about this eclipse on the first day of summer handling all that sudden information. Okay. Oh, good night. Sure. Okay. Oh, gosh, look what time it is already. Okay, like I said, I didn't do a lot of homework for planning this this full moon because, just time. Like, who has time during quarantine to do anything? Because we're all in this, weird time warp. Okay, so let's look at this. So over Washington, D.C., this is on Thursday at 6:45 a.m. Ooh, you guys. Oh, my God. Okay, so on the ascendant, the sign coming over the eastern horizon. Remember, this is the daytime. These are, oh my goodness, look at all these planets over the sky in Washington, D.C. It's going to be quite a chatty, active, oh my goodness, active AF full moon to the third quarter moon. Oh my God. I'm sorry. This is so awesome. I love it. So on the ascendant, we have Taurus at 29 degrees. Taurus, that stable sign, little unstable with Uranus there, ruled by Venus. So Venus is in the first house of Mr. Me. But this degree, the 29th degree of Taurus, okay, there are some degrees in the zodiac that are labeled as the best or the worst or exalted. Well, this 29 degrees Taurus is kind of crappy. And it's ruled by Venus. So it's like a crappy Venus sitting on the ascendant for Photis. And it's in the first house sitting on his sun. So he's just a great big Venus turd, meaning everyone look at what a crappy Venus guy this is. He sucks. And it's going to be squaring Neptune in this area of like dreams and humanity and wishes and our friends. So even his friends, his lying friends, the ones that confuse us and gaslight us, they're like, ew, look at that gross guy. He brings no inspiration and no dreaminess and no compassionate servant, true love that Neptune offers. He has no access to that. So he's just the big a-hole sitting in the first house of identity. Thank you, Linda. Love from our friend in Indiana. Thank you. Oh, goodness. Thank you, Suzanne. So, so he just is really going to show us he has no redeeming qualities. There are going to be people. Okay, so Venus does have this nice angle to Mars with some action, so he's going to keep trying to get people to like him. But Mars is separating. It's going on its way, and it's like, see ya. Okay? So, on the ascendant, for this, oh my God. So, on, I'm sorry, I feel like I'm getting slap happy and punchy from this, of course, moon. I'll remind you that this is the last lunation before the Supreme Court listens to his cases about money. You guys, he's so screwed. He's like he represents the Photis. He's in the 12th house of secrets, close to his White House counsel, like, why doesn't anybody like me? And he's going to be aiming to leverage with these blue lines the people he knows in Russia and the Russia to help him out. And they're like all chewing off their arm because they don't want to know him either. So, oh man, oh my gosh. Oh, this is the 7th. When do they hear his case? Is it on the 12th? Oh, that's right before. Oh man, it gets worse because I think the moon then goes up into Aquarius. It's before the 3rd quarter moon. Oh, he's so screwed. He is. I'm sorry. So this moon then, opposite the sun, is in this area of public servants and investigations. So his GOP people, the public servants, are even look at him like, you suck. And they're going to be in square to Mars, so there's going to be a sense of hostility, even though Donald's going to try to leverage some niceness here. Oh, that's their common denominator. Working the emotions, promising them blah, blah, blah. But then they're going to look at him and be like, you're a turd. No. But Putin's going to be liking it. He's going to be liking it a lot. He's going to be feeding him a lot of stuff. Oh, crap. And then what's between these two things, between their conversation, is Neptune, which means more lies, gaslighting, scheming behind the scenes over here. This is a perfect opportunity for them to set stuff up. So whatever crap we hear, Kim Jong-un is alive, that kind of stuff, it's all a setup. This is when he says his most annoying, dumbest stuff, and then the media goes repeats them, then it trends on social media. That's the goal. Just talk about anything else, but don't talk about Dr. Bright with HHS and his whistleblowing thing. Don't look at Ratcliffe trying to go through a Senate confirmation hearing. I'm going to say whatever crazy thing I can to just get you to look a different direction. Stay here. This is the only way he can go the following week. He's going to start off with public servants. Then we're going to have this nasty, wicked full moon eclipse. Okay, so tomorrow at sunrise, but especially between the hours of like noon, wherever your location is. So this is going to travel to your time zone. So starting around noon to 12:30 on the East Coast, it'll get closer and closer to you, especially around 2:30 exact on the East Coast. So that's West Coast, what are you, 2:30, like 11:30 a.m.? The moon is going to be opposite Uranus. Take it easy. This afternoon tomorrow is a bit brutal, okay? And then around 6 p.m., it gets difficult. And then also watch if you guys go outside when the moon rises, go out there, see how you're feeling, see where you can feel things shifting and pulling at you, because this is the direction it's headed for the full moon. Take note what your body needs, because you really are at the mercy of this moon. It's a good moon. It's a full moon in Scorpio. Scorpio reveals things. All those things that are taboo are lifted up. Scorpio looks for authenticity and the truth. It's the judgment card. It's the card that forever changes one when you're faced with those conditions of having to change. You must change. You must judge something, and things are going to keep blowing up and falling apart until you rise to that authenticity. Okay. Oh my goodness, you guys, thank you. Thank you. How are we doing? Okay, you guys doing okay? Okay. So, tomorrow is difficult at those times. The full moon is on Thursday at 6:45 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So when you get up on Thursday, please get out of bed slowly. Let yourself adjust, get your feet on the ground, get yourself grounded, because Scorpio energy is very intense. It's opposing the Sun, Mercury, and Uranus. So the heart, circulatory system, Mercury is can do with the nervous system and messaging within the body. You want to make sure your body is integrated and ready and balanced and ready to go, because we are going to hit this full moon. This moon is going to square Mars in Aquarius. When that happens, the following day, Friday, oh my God, talk about a news dump this Friday. Holy crap. Oh God. Why does he have to be so difficult? We could get through this stuff with ease if he just would go away. Ugh. So it's gonna square Mars here in Uranus and Aquarius. Mars is disposited by Uranus. When this moon squares that, we're hitting circulatory system again. Venus circulation. Mars rules the head. So we're talking about circulatory, electrical problems, Venus circulation in the head. Okay? Yeah. That's that. It's going to be a crazy week. Just know that whatever wild goose chase he tries to set us off on, and then all his little minions are like, yeah. No. He can only operate within the area that the moon is every single day. He can't move anything farther. He'll say, we're going to do this. Well, that plan is like somewhere way else over. No, it can't happen. It can't happen. Okay? So, okay, I need to get a drink here. I am so parched. Okay, so I don't, just one second here. Okay, I have no idea how my battery's doing. So, okay. We're going to find out what we need to have to focus on with the astrology. Well, okay, so while I shuffle these. So Kim Jong-un, okay, so if he's not dead, everybody else is saying he's dead, or they're just done with him. Like when I do the check-ins, like I never realized how much KY Jelly, his sister is KY Jelly, because who can remember to say Kim, Yo, Jong? I can't. I can remember KY Jelly though. So, oh, Cynthia, you pulled a muscle in your back. The sun rules the heart and the back. That was the other thing. Watch for sudden pulls like this. I thought of that example exactly today. Pulling a muscle in the back, pulling your ankle. Watch your ankles and your cankles. Your ankles and your calves for swelling and water retention, because that will activate, okay? Okay, so, yeah, Cynthia, that pulled back. So any injury you guys have right now, the full moon expands fluids in your body and the moon pulls on them. So you can't like be magically healed before this full moon, because it's just going to come to a big crescendo anyway. I'm a big believer in ice. Ice is magic. Especially, oh goodness. Yes, ice is magical. So let's just try it. I want to find out how this horoscope is going to be talking in Washington, D.C. What is the administration going to have to deal with? Okay, oh, by the way, Taurus and Scorpio, relationship stuff will come up. If things start to break and argue, it was meant to be. Just stay in the holy open space and strive to listen and think of an innovative, different plan way of dealing with this. Same goes with Leo and Aquarius, but Taurus and Scorpio have the potential for that opposition. Scorpio this week will be in the driver's seat because she has started off the full moon. It's her only full moon of the year. Okay, so in the first house, oh my gosh, I'm sorry, I'm burping so much. Oh, look, speak up. Hey, Donald. Okay, so he's going to be pinned down. Oh my God. So he's got this Taurus, the 29th degree of Taurus, that is not going to let him go. It's going to have him staked down, like a leash in the backyard. He can't go anywhere. And he's going to be forced to sit here with his turd of fool's gold money sitting on him to transform. Something with him has to transform. I have never seen this on the Ascendant. I've only been seeing it at the bottom here lately. It was at the top and the bottom the week Kim Jong-un died, didn't die. So this is ruled by Mars in Aquarius. So, oh, guess what? Mars in Aquarius, I can't read. 26 degrees there, up there. Remember, oh my gosh, you guys, listen to this. So Mars in Aquarius, U.S. natal chart, the moon representing the people is at 27 degrees Aquarius. So we, the people, have the Mars energy, the innovation, the energy, the will, the innovation on our side. Kind of crowning, bearing down on Washington, D.C. we the people. On top of this, oh, this is so good. At the full moon eclipse on January 10th, Venus was, I think, at 28 degrees Aquarius, right there, lending love, leverage to the people. It was also in this 10th house. So this full moon is going to activate some of that eclipse energy. Now remember, that was January 10th. On January 12th, we had the Saturn-Pluto conjunction at 22 degrees. Where are you? Capricorn. So by virtue of that, the Saturn-Pluto conjunction is getting hooked in. And we saw what the Saturn-Pluto conjunction did to Mr. Kim Jong-un. He was the first victim of the change in structure and power of world governments. The Saturn-Pluto conjunction is hooked in that regard. It's also hooked in because Scorpio is dominating this lunation. The moon is at 17 degrees Scorpio. She dominates. The moon at the Saturn-Pluto conjunction was 17 degrees Leo. So there's a square to the Leo moon then, which represented who? The POTUS at the Saturn-Pluto conjunction. And furthermore, Scorpio has two rulers, Mars and Pluto. Pluto is hanging out at the still at that 24 degree can opener eclipse degree from July 16th. That is the degree where we could hold the door open the can, crank open the doorway to Donald's finances. Oh, and guess what? SCOTUS meets about those 3 cases on him with this full moon. So now we've activated the Saturn-Pluto conjunction. Okay, I love it. I love it, I love it, I love it. Okay. So Donald's secrets. What is he dealing with? So in this 12th house of secrets, hidden enemies, he here has the 2nd house of owning. Taurus. He is being so activated by this full moon. And in the 2nd house of owning, he has his children nearby. Oops. What do they own? Uranus. Innovation. Things suddenly breaking open. Ooh, by Pallas Athena. Wonder Woman. Look at that square. And Saturn from, over in Russia. 11th house. Hopes, wishes, friends. Innovation, science. He's dealing with Libra, I balance. Okay, so this also showed up a lot with Kim Jong-un and the function that he did as far as, I think, like balancing the Bitcoin books or maybe balancing the cryptocurrency books, balancing votes. It's in this area of hopes, wishes, friends. And we've got Neptune there. I would look for some weird, out of left field, confusing story about KJU. The story is going to originate in Russia. He and his minions are going to say, okay, and then they're going to try to push this story. What's crowning Washington, D.C. with Donald? Oh, crap. Leo, I will. So Leo rules the sun. He says, I will do X, Y, Z. Well, he's going to run into some problems everywhere, but he's really going to make a push for something, and it's going to be really uncomfortable. And we, the people, remember I said, are going to oppose him. Woohoo! RBG's out of the hospital. She's home. Yes. Yes, she will. She is perfect. I am telling you. Hi, Noel. We're talking about the full moon over Washington, D.C. Okay. Now, this area, long distance travel, that is Putin's house. It's the house of faith and law enforcement, but it always goes back to Putin. So Donald, in secret with his minions, with Putin, Virgo, I analyze. So this is the Hermit card. So I am telling you, Kim Jong-un is dead because he was always the hermit that had to analyze and sneak in for back channels and things to hack. Now, the duty has been shoved off and pushed off to Putin with Peter Thiel, I bet, and Elon Musk. Elon Musk and Peter Thiel, I believe, have been tasked to be the fill-in for KJU because we don't know if KY Jelly can do it. In terms of shared resources, meaning debts, other people's money, tax returns. This is tax return week and the Supreme Court of the United States. Life and death. What is going on here? Oh, Pluto transformation. Hello, Scorpio. You know, this never shows up here. Never. But it is this week. In the 7th house of partnerships. Also Donald's opposition, because this is we the people, and this is where he goes on attack against us, and then all of his Six Wands mob come against us, and they do all of their whittling away at us. Fifth house creativity. So he is looking, yet again, this is week number 2, where he's looking for creative ways to deal with us and his partners. This card has gone all over the place since KJU is dead, not dead. Now, this full moon gets started here in the 6th house of public servants, investigations, day-to-day activities, intelligence. Ooh, 10th house world. So whatever's going on in regards to that, we're going to know about that. It is going to be really public. It is going to be shining. By the time we get to this 3rd quarter moon, oh God, there's a lot that's going to be coming out here. A lot. And look at the thing that's directing it gets off to a start with this T-square, all this red, and it's going to carry that tension and that energy all throughout. It is going to be a labor of love for us to watch with him. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Okay. So now we're here, the 5th house of the sun. That's the photos. Oh my God, destiny! Look at it's a yod. It's a flipping yod. YOD, yod. I just talked about this in the Saturn Pluto 1, KJU 0. This is fate. This is the finger of God. Where is the yod? The yod is a triangle that is, does this work? Does this work? It's a triangle that has like, this is 150 degrees, 150 degrees, and 60 degrees. It's called a yod. That's what it looks like. We need to look for the yod. And since it's going to be in the 5th house of the sun, it's going to touch the sun. Oh boy. I'm going to figure that out. Something, destiny, fate is happening with the photos. Whew, yes. Okay, so what's in the 4th house here? What's bearing down on Washington, D.C., our home, defenses, each other, security, Mercury retrograde. So, a plan that is being revisited. We got to reinvent the way we protect ourselves because Kim Jong-un, dead, not dead, cannot be doing the stuff he normally does, or the other Six Wands mob are not available right now. So the sun, Leo, represents the photos. He's ruled by Mercury, and he's got the Mercury retrograde card. He always does badly here. Which reminds me, watch out for the health of Pence, Barr, Donald, because they all have a lot of Leo in their charts, and this Uranus and Mars are going to be really fighting them. 3rd house, communications, neighborhoods, publications. electronics, contracts. Donald has, so there's a lot of communications he's doing. He is really kind of going to be furious about working at this. And the North Node, oh, I didn't even get to talk about this. The North Node is now in 29 degrees. It is in the sign of Gemini. This area has to do with income gains, values, money. Ooh, Black Moon Lilith, mystery. So Venus rules this, so lots of mystery and pain. And women. Oh. Payments to women, maltreatment of women. Where are the values of this party and those that defend Donald? Oh, man. And on the ascendant, we have good old Saturn return. Saturn is returning with some age-old wisdom guiding this full moon for him. He's going to hate it. Oops. So, this is going to be an interesting week. You guys got to take care of yourselves, okay? I think I'm going to wrap it up here. Okay? How long have we been going? You know what? I'm going to write these down real quickly so I don't miss this. I'll take some questions for you guys, but let me get this written down first, okay? House. Well, that is interesting. Oh my God, you guys, it just reminds me of Calgon Chow. She and Eric Prince, always doing crap. And then tomorrow I'll get working on the actual tarot cards that belong here. But I wanted to at least get this going. Man, this black moon, this is a bit scary, you guys. This is very intriguing here in the area of income. It's a mystery. Scorpio. Hello, Scorpio. Is going to be our friend this week. Okay, I'm out of water. So, here we go. How are you guys doing? How are you guys doing? Thank you, Larry girl. Yes, you guys are going to get so, can you guys tell you are kind of, can you kind of feel the subtle structures and organization that the lunations bring us week in, week out, month in, month out? That is my goal. That is my goal. Because when you start to get in tune with the lunations and what's being asked of you, when you can anticipate it, it's like you are relieved of so much. It's like burdens pretty much leave because you can anticipate ahead of time and get ahead of the curve. And it's really becomes you don't feel like you're working against the world. You feel like the world is conspiring with you. And when you mess up, it's just that you misread a cue. It's so, what is the word I'm looking for? Freedom. It is so liberating. That's it. Liberate this, Donald. Okay. Okay, so Oh, good. Thank you, Linda. Okay. Let's see. Yes, hi, Sherry. Welcome. Okay, so what should, do you want me to read? I'll read on, show us Justice Ginsburg. Oh, we're going to show us Justice Ginsburg, and then we're going to do SCOTUS and then we'll do the tax returns, okay? So, just, I want prettier cards. These have been tainted with KY jelly this past. I cannot believe how active KY jelly has been for the last couple months. Didn't even notice it, but that yes card was bugging me so much. Strange, weird, crazy bird she is. But she does have, she's here for a reason. Glad she's on the other hemisphere, right? Okay, Nat. Oh yeah, Nat. I wish I could read better on Nancy Cynthia, but I feel like her astrology, oh my gosh, they're all laughing at me right now. I was just getting ready to say, I kind of feel like they just won't let me see anything. Like they're withholding secrets, and I just got like a bunch of angels on a ledge laughing at me. They're like, yeah, it's about time you figured that out. Okay. Yeah, I can, as much as I try to dig or get in the back door somehow to figure out I'm always out. But Ruth Bader Ginsburg, she's amazing. I am so proud of her for just naturally kicking off this gallstone, not skipping a beat. It worked right with her schedule. I mean, she is in T-square energies, and that Saturn and Uranus kicked it off. She's a Scorpio. I can't even describe to you how hard it is what her body just did effortlessly. It decided it was done with the stone. It says, get out. And she needed a little help. So, Ruth Bader Ginsburg, how you doing? How you doing, Ruth Justice Ginsburg? You are the King of Wands. Yes. The king of her domain, her actions. She's like, keep going. Okay. At the base of her, she has agreements. At the base of this, I don't know what about, but I was just talking about her being yes, she's in harmony. The cups are water. The cups are the body. The fluids of the, yes. Okay, I got it. My gosh, she's like, I feel like I got to hurry up. She was crowned by the Nine of Wands. Okay, so this is about her stone. So this stone had some inflammation, kicked off. It was just kind of bugging her. Just, this wands, these burdens, just like, I'm done. What happened in the past? She was working. She had her job to do. And she kicked it off like a champ. I am the queen of this. She's fine. She is so fine, you guys. I have no worries about her. Yeah, she's done with her procedure, was successful. She's very comfortable. She's very secure. She's very happy. Yada, yada, yada. Yep. King of Pentacles. She's the king. She made a choice. Yeah, her body made a choice. Get this out. It's kind of a nightmare. I'm done. Yeah. So, yeah, Ruthie is fine. We're like all in her wake. So behind her. Okay. Yes, she does. Sotomayor also kicks ass. Okay. Then okay, she has a Scorpio moon. Whoops, I just dropped something. She has strong Scorpio. Whoops. Okay. Sorry about that. Okay, anything else here, you guys? Oh, hi, Steve. Thank you. Love you more. Okay, getting tired. Okay, okay, you guys who are in self-isolation, someone highlighted this today. Tara, I need some words for our friends who are quarantine is getting to them. Quarantine is going to get harder, you guys, in the next month or what did I say those dates were for Venus retrograde? It's going to be especially difficult. Did I say what, May? Like 13th through June 25th, and then the days on the side there are going to feel a little bit tenuous. So, tarot, please. These are hard times with quarantine. We're all doing our part. I know it's not a lot for us to do, but it's everything for us. So, isolated at home, especially those who live alone or who are separated from family, or there's people that they can't be with. It is just very, very difficult. Can you show me some cards for our friends here during these times? What do you want them to know? Seven of Pentacles. There's a huge investment in you and your world. There's going to be a payoff that is beyond your wildest dreams. There is a bounty of riches ahead of you that you cannot see, that you're shaping right now. Right now, and every day, every torturous day, it grows. The voluminous stuff here for you. Make friends with this isolation time. Every passing minute is another golden nugget adding to the whole. You could write books about your experiences, and they will last. They will be like the Diary of Anne Frank. The children read. The people are going to want to know what happened. Write, share about it. Write to veterans. Write to soldiers. Write to people who are in nursing homes. Those people, those are the people who really need someone to reach out to them. And those are the generations that it was customary to do letter. I'm being told, write letters, write a lot of letters. Show people how we used to write letters. This is how we were connected to one another. And it's like we're trying to bridge our digital world with the old world. We need to remember who we are. And look for letters to share by famous people. There's so much information. Like even wartime, gather your strength and inspiration from those people who wrote letters to stay in touch with home when they were out fighting during this greatest generation. All of them who've been in wartime. This is a war. Look to the people who've been there and what they did. Wow. And go adopt a pet. I'm being told. They need you. They're your companions. They're lonely too in shelters. They know something has changed and they want to do their work in being with you. At the base of this, you have to be diligent about how you're going to choose to spend your time. You need to separate yourself, cut yourself off from that whole energy stream of isolation, quarantine. It's difficult. Yes, it's difficult. Don't habituate on that thought form. You need to start a new habit on separating yourself from that idea of the isolation, because it is full of riches. It is full of riches, and you have everything that you need 24/7. Anything you need in that moment, you have. Crowning you, the Three of Coins. You are an exquisite piece of work. Might be in isolation, but you're dialoguing with yourself. yourself from the past and yourself of the future. Holy crap. Yourself of the future wants your attention. There's something here that needs to be addressed. This is what is trying to break through all of the Wi-Fi, all of the 4G, all of the distractions. The sun is in Taurus in an earthy sign. Ground down and let this open up to you. It's like a slot machine that just wants to hit the jackpot and open up around you. But this is you. These are like your creative self that still has to be tapped. Hopefully this full moon will help shake it open. Oops. In the past, yes, this happened very quickly. Yes, it happened very quickly. Whiplash, the Knight of Cups. We were given a short while to be aware of what we needed. And this was done in love for all to self-quarantine. You got the message. You've held to it. The messages are still out there. See those who fight quarantine, fight it as a hoax. Hold them in acceptance of what the reality really is. We need to start holding the vision of those who are not believers, the trumpets. Hold the vision of them in hope and love as they get it. That they're able, they're smart, they're able to get the right information to sink in, because right now it's about access to information. There's swaths of this country, what is that thing called? Sinclair TV, they're hardwired to it. In love and hope, this is what you're praying for with the trumpets, to break that addiction, that cycle. Though we were the benefactors of being at home with the right information. We need to make that energy stream stronger. It's a battle. It is hard. It's a fight. This is where the rubber meets the road between you and you. You in quarantine, you who you really are. That's actually the fight. And what you're going to do with yourself about that. This is your burden. We were all meant to be here, even all of you in quarantine who are by themselves. This is part of that journey. Ultimately, separate the stories, your habits, the fight with yourself and your burdens. That's what's to come. That's where all the riches are. Lots of anxiety, yep. Ditch your habit of what's living right now that's not working. Make a new plan. Be innovative. And you shall be the King of Wands, just like Justice Ginsburg kicking off her stone. Ready to go. You have everything you need. You have all the knowledge you need. Go there. The younger you, the inquisitive you. And accept the riches that are being offered to you in a new, creative, innovative way. Okay, that's pretty cool. Okay, you guys, I think that's it. Oh, whoops, where are we? Okay? We all good? How delayed am I here? So, on that note, I think the moon goes direct in about 4 hours. Take it easy tomorrow morning, okay? You're welcome. You're welcome. Good night, everybody. Good night, Monica. Thank you. Thank you, Larry Girl. Appreciate you more. Good night, Sharon. Thank you, Cynthia. Love you, Jane. Yes, everybody. Oh my gosh, you guys are flying off now. Okay. Yes, blessed be the peacemakers. We need lots of them. Thank you, Rose. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Thank you, Liz. Ha ha ha, Roma. Thank you. Okay. Good night, everybody. Thank you.